Good morning, everyone. Good to good to be here. It's June the 29th, last Sunday in June. We are what 6 months through the year now. It's amazing to me. Let me get this off of this. There we go. There we go. I thought that was a nice little quote there about driving in your own lane. There's no traffic when you're in your own lane. Good morning, everyone. If you guys could repost the room, that would be awesome. I'm a little sleepy this morning, if I'm honest. A little dazed and confused. One of the greatest songs, by the way, ever written and played by Led Zeppelin. Dazed and Confused. The name of the title itself pretty much explains most of my life. Anyway, I love that song, but happy Sunday to everyone. Let's see, we've had Father's Day. If I didn't wish everyone a happy Father's Day, whether you're a woman or a man and you're acting like you're a father, well done on you, okay? Very well done. We need more great men in the world. I really believe that. We need more powerful, strong, free men who have decided to get out of the box. If you guys give me some feedback here, by the way, I turned on these little quotes here in the window. If you guys don't like that, I can turn that off. I can't even read it because it's so small, but if you guys dig that, it doesn't seem to be interrupting anything. I would ask that you not make comments about crypto, about finance, unless it's related to being free. And this is not a finance show. This is more important than finance. Quite frankly, if you don't get your own inventory of your own assets and your own liabilities really, really clear, I think of myself as a depository of assets and liabilities. And if I don't know what's inside of me, if I don't know what's inside of me, how can I possibly be everything I'm supposed to be? How can I be as great as I am supposed to be if I don't know who I am? If I don't know all of the decisions and comments and responses and reactions and predetermined viewpoints. If I don't know what my own viewpoints are, how can I possibly be a productive member of society? If I don't know where my prejudices are, how can I possibly be as great or as powerful or on the path that I'm supposed to be on? I can easily get lost on someone else's path, and I think it's my own. By the way, you guys dig the new logo? One of one. I like it. I'm getting rid of this, I think. Jeremy, you guys did a great job doing the shirt. I really like it. I'm probably going to get rid of the Cardone Digital Ventures logo. I'm just going to go to Gary Cardone because I think that's actually probably the right logo for everything I'm trying to do. How did I get on that topic? I have no idea. Oh, I was giving Jeremy flowers for the one of one. Awesome, I like it. We're probably gonna make this shirt. If you guys want some of these, let us know if you want the shirts. I think it's a cool idea. In fact, the people that I saw at in Las Vegas 3 weeks ago, y'all are the ones that gave me this idea. I actually had thought about it, and then I kept hearing uh, in Las Vegas, I'd be walking down to a restaurant or something. I am. It was awesome, man. It really made me feel good. Um, did it make me feel good? You know, it didn't make me feel good. It made me feel good about what we are doing. Okay. What we are doing is making me feel really, really good. So Ken Rocket says the shirt is dope and he wants one. Bro, Dana, if you're following this, he's the first one that said the shirt is dope. He gets one free. Let me know what your size is, Ken Rocket, and your address, and I'll send you one. We don't have them yet, but we will be getting them. And hats off to Jeremy Alseed for doing this. Hey, listen, guys, we got 616 people in the room. I thought there would be more people in this room right now already because we started prior times, and I have not had much help on this. Dana at GaryCardone.com is helping me a lot. She's an awesome human being. I would ask that you guys, one, follow at Dana Howe on X. She is doing a lot of media work for me, helping me in a lot of different areas. In fact, she's in the room. She says, Ken, heck yeah. She's awesome. The other thing I'd like you to do is watch her career path in this industry. I'm going to predict that she's going to really do some really, really cool things. So look, my brother's hosting a room right now, how to build wealth in 2025. 221 people in the room. You guys need to repost the room. I'm now competing with my own twin brother. So we'll see what are people's interest on a Sunday morning? Is it how to get wealthy with money, or is it how to become super, super, super wealthy for the next 1,000 years? Because I, for one, and I think actually people need to make this decision. This actually may be part of the problem. Okay, if we think that if we're unclear, I'm born on a day and I die on a day, in this body. If you believe that you're going to die and not have another life, and that energy is in fact disposable, do you believe energy is disposable? Because that is not what physics and engineering and high math and physics people think. What they think is that energy is not disposable. You cannot destroy energy, but that it transforms. My observation is that is indeed what happens. That energy is never destroyed. Energy is simply transformed. Therefore, what am I? Oh, I'm not energy? I am most certainly energy. I am intelligent energy when I choose to be intelligent. And the only way for me to be intelligent is for me to know who the heck I am. And I think in order to know who I am, once I know who I am, like once I understand who I am, both on the asset side and the liability side, once I understand all my subconscious, all my unconscious, all my belief systems and survival technologies and strategies that I've had that worked or didn't work, but that I'm holding on to, or that I was trained through conditioning, consistent conditioning of the world is finite, the world is finite, the world is finite, the world is finite. I keep hearing the world is finite, and all of a sudden I start thinking I am finite. I am not finite. I am one of one. I'm one of one, and you can't kill me. You can't. You can't kill me because, think about this. Marcus Aurelius, when was Marcus Aurelius born? I mean, like forever ago, right? Marcus Aurelius. Let's just see if I can date Marcus Aurelius. Don't even know how to spell his name. Um, anyway, this cat said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it. Our life is what our thoughts make it." And this is April 26th, 121 AD. He died March 17th, 180 AD. Okay. And he said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." What if you don't know what your own thoughts are? I believe most people do not know what their own thoughts are. And so why, and this is awesome that Grant's holding a wealth meeting because it really gives me this idea. What comes first? Does material wealth, success, and I'm not going to use the word happiness because I think the word happiness is a really, really heavily charged and illy defined word. Illy, I mean, massively poorly defined word that a lot of people walk around going, "Hey, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. I 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 want to be happy." Are you happy today? No one even knows what the word happy means. If you don't have a pure definition on words, I would encourage you not to use it. Okay. And the example here would be, I've got a girlfriend or a wife or whatever. I come home, "Hey, you happy today, honey? Are you happy with me?" Or you like, what does that mean? Happy, satisfied, content? Is it okay? Is the hamburger? I'm happy with the hamburger. It's not the perfect hamburger, but I'm happy with it. I don't really care if you're happy. Because the truth is, I don't if I looked at if people said, "Okay, Gary, go back and look at the days that you were happy in your lifetime." Happiness for me is I have no concerns about anything. I'm just joy free and have no concern. That's just not my life, guys. I'm not Mr. Happy all the time. Now, am I for instance, yesterday, and this happens a lot for me on weekends for some reason, and it always has. Like, I don't really like weekends. I like having something to do. Um, well, I like having a purpose, right? A driven purpose, and I find myself sometimes with well, in fact, I have always on the weekends, I always get a little nervous. Like on Fridays, I'm like, all the activity slowing down. Um, but yesterday, for instance, I was absolutely exhausted. I probably watched 3 hours of TV, slept, napped, did some listen to some spaces, got irritated with the same old conversations, left there, did some painting, but I was not very productive yesterday. Now, was I happy? No, I wasn't happy because I wasn't being that productive. What I have to get happy about is, oh wow, I have to remember I stayed up till 3:30 in the morning painting. No wonder I'm exhausted. See, this is the problem. I forget, hey, look, I sacrificed yesterday so that I could do what I did on Friday. And I knew what I was doing on Friday was going to sacrifice Saturday. Um, it's the way I live. It's the way I like to live. And guess what? Nobody was in my damn lane. You see this? When you are in your own lane, there is no traffic. I love this saying, okay? Why would anyone get in a freaking long line? You do not have to. This is your life here. Okay, your destination. Check this destination out, dude. You don't have to follow everybody else. They don't even know where they're going. I don't believe half the people in these automobiles are even conscious. Dude, they're just doing what they've been told to do. I go to work at 8 a.m. every morning. I am a robot. Like, that is not the way to live, okay? This is not the way to live. That's why people are just getting in the lane and following everyone else. we can do better. Okay. You can do better, and I most certainly can do better. I will die in the box. If you ask me to get in that lane, dude, I am going to destroy the lane. It's not for me. Okay. Like I have that kind of a reaction to it. Maybe that's why I'm here. Maybe it takes a guy like me to look. I ask myself a lot of questions, actually. I think that may be the mistake. Okay. People, you and myself need to ask a lot of questions. Carl Jung said the privilege of a lifetime, the privilege of a lifetime is to know self, is to learn self, to really understand what is driving me. What is driving me? What do you mean, what is driving me? I'm driving me, right? No, 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 no. What if my thoughts are driving me? What if my mother's thoughts are driving me? My father's thoughts are driving me, and society around me, whether it's the teachers, the gym coach, the football coach, the girlfriend, that first kiss, that first rejection, that first whatever that set my mind and pinned me into a construct, and I make things up about that construct. I make things up. I make things up to justify what's going on in my universe, to push back probably some level of my own responsibility. Now, when I'm asking myself, let me pick out some Hexter down there. When I'm focused on Hexter said, "Great stuff, Gary." Why didn't you say it was very great stuff, Gary? See, uh, whether by the way, if I get off to Hexter's comment, if my ego respond, "Oh yeah, great," it is the exact same response if Hexter was to say, "Gary, you're an idiot," and I get all worried about it. It's the same response. Okay, for me to respond positively or negative to someone's comments, look, it's awesome. I love people giving me positive feedback, but the truth is, all I have to do is what is the right thing for me to do. The right thing to do is the right thing to do. This is really, really, really simple. Okay, I would love to go down in history as the man after 8,000 years came up with a quote: "The right thing to do is the right thing to do." Gary Cardone, 2025. Seriously, okay? Does it need to get more complicated than that? If you're sitting around asking yourself, "Hey, should I start a Sunday church?" One, probably don't want to start at 10:30 in the morning. If you wanted to start at 10:30 in the morning, that'd be, "Oh, let me go disrupt." See, I think that would be 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever. Okay. But what am I doing it for? What is my motive? Okay. The right thing to do is the right thing to do, including, by the way, if you can build a church and it has to be at 10:30, bring it, man. You don't have to worry about getting in my lane. You don't have to worry about competing in my lane. You don't have to worry about getting in my lane. I don't just get in your lane, man. Do you know what lane you're in? Do you know what lane you're supposed to be in? If you don't know what lane you're supposed to be in, I suspect you don't have a clue where you're going. See, I need to kind of understand where I'm going. And I said the word kinda, I will say emphatically, kind of is the right thing. Okay, kind of is me giving the world, me giving my own ego some tension to say that, hey, look, I generally know where I'm going, but I'm going to let the universe, I'm going to let my super consciousness, that super Gary, that one perfect, like I really believe I am a one of one. You've never seen this before. The only thing we see one of is each other, and we don't know how to deal with it. We judge, criticize, and make others wrong for being themselves. Big mistake. And I think the reason I hear a bunch of people really bang on my brother sometimes. And look, my brother's style is not my style, but I wouldn't bang on the guy. He has millions of followers. He's helped a lot of people. I don't know why you would bang on. You know why people bang on people that do things? Because you're criticizing your own non-doingness. You're criticizing your own non-doingness. Now, criticizing, I have figured out a way to turn criticizing into a really cool asset. Like maybe instead of shaming people over being critical, um, maybe I should ask a different question, which is, hey, I hear that you don't like blah blah, but what part of that reminds you of behavior that you have done or are doing, or have not done, or have not, or you are not doing, and you should be. Look, there's two sins in the world: the overt sin, I'm hurting you, and the sin of non-doingness, the sin of passivity, the sin of apathy. Okay, we talk about greed and lust. What about the sin of doing nothing? Keeping your mouth shut, getting in a lane behind everyone else, all the sheep, and going, I'm just going to roll with everyone else. I think it's a massive, this to God. If you believe in God and you're behaving like everyone else, it's staggering. Okay, it's literally so staggering to me. Okay, that we're sitting here going, I'm a man of Jesus, and all I do is pray all day long. Got my rosaries, and I'm just praying, worried, praying the same prayer for the same person over and over and over. Dude, like my God is busy enough that if I ask him one time, I'm pretty sure he can handle it. Like, do I have faith? Or do I have the Nelly Nancy disease, which is, hey, I kind of trust you, God, but I'm just going to bug the fuck out of you. And I'm going to pretend like I'm actually doing something by just saying, oh, dark side, I want dark side to be a better man. I'm going to pray for dark side. I'm going to pray for dark side every day. Dark side needs one prayer from me. Doesn't need 72 of them. What I need to be doing is talking to myself, okay? I need to be listening to myself. And this is what we don't do, okay? We spend all our time in activity. I have been an activity monkey, man. I believe, in fact, I feel shame when I'm not doing something. I do. I feel shame, not guilt. I feel shame. Like I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something all the time. And that's not true. It's been an area actually that I would say has been a mistake for me, that I have not spent, well, maybe not, but that I have not spent more time being less busy. And I'm not saying doing nothing, okay, but I'm saying listening to myself. So I'm gonna expand. I'm gonna expand our well, I'm gonna give you a new duty to do. Okay, I want everyone to to just think about this exercise here, okay? This is going to be hard. It's going to be very difficult for most people. David Kiefer, thank you for reposting the stream. Appreciate you, buddy. And Ross Townsend says this is profound stuff. Thank you. This is profound stuff. And by the way, most of the information that I am sharing with you guys has come out of 30 years of reading material. I have no original thoughts. Okay. Be very clear with me. I actually don't believe anyone has an original thought, but not to argue and get into debate. I am not taking credit for any of the data I'm sharing with you. It's not my data. I believe very few people have ever come up with pure, raw, new data. There is so much writing that was done in the pre-Jesus, post-Jesus, pre-20th century, post-20th century. The amount of writings that was done in the 1890s and the early 1900s was staggering on self-development, on the human spirit. If there is even such a term as human spirit, I would actually say a spirit that is being human, right? That's the experience. I am a spirit. My soul is not over here, by the way. This is a big problem for me, okay? And this will be the religious part. I'll get into this. My whole life, I've heard, hey, my soul, the soul. Hey, when you die, your soul goes somewhere. Hey, I am the soul. Okay, I'm not referring, this is my arm right here, okay? Where's my soul at? Dude, you're talking to my soul. I am it. I'm it. It's not like it's laying around on the wall. I am the soul. I actually believe I know this, okay? Now, I can't prove this to you, but I fully believe that I am a soul, a perfect, unique, one-of-one entity, and I refer to the soul like it's something out here. And I don't know when we started doing that, but it makes no sense to me. Why are we third partying the soul? Why are we saying the soul is something out there instead of, imagine if every human being you met in a grocery store or a bar, you looked at them and went, whoa, this is an infinite, unique, spiritual being. This is a unique, one-of-a-kind spiritual entity. Just like if you were meeting a freaking alien, some ethereal force. If we looked at everyone in the way we would, wow, look at that spiritual entity. Now, the problem is we look at these people with their human bodies and their confusion and their mock-up, right? How they have presented themselves to the world from all their beliefs, their things that they believe they don't even know they believe. So I'm just busy looking around, confused in my own universe, think my soul is outside my body, think this is making all the decisions. This is not making any decisions. This is ridiculous, okay? That this one little organ here would make every decision. I do not believe my brain is making decisions. Makes no sense. It's kind of like saying, well, my hand is making a decision. My hand is not making a decision to do shit. Okay, me, Gary Cardone, decided to raise my right hand. Okay, period. My hand did not decide to raise itself. Okay, Gary's head did not decide to calculate something. I am a lightning bolt of intelligence and knowledge and understanding. And by the way, intelligence can be ethereal, right? Like it can be Why don't we spend time really picking up knowledge and truth in the frame that we have? Like I believe that when a lie comes into my universe, if I'm actually conscious, it will sit in the lie box, man. It'll fit over here somewhere. It'll fit over here somewhere, and it'll be like, that just doesn't fit right. I don't have to like. So this is where I'm headed, okay? And I do apologize. I know that I kind of move around a lot and think it's not the easy. I'm probably rationalizing this, but the way I think is I have to bounce around a little bit. So apologies. I know it's hard to keep up, but what I want you to do, I was reading something this morning or last night, and the comment was, hey, very few people ever spend 30 minutes with themselves with nothing to do. No coffee, no cigarettes, no cigars, no children, no phone, no computer. Sit down for 30 minutes and empty your mind. I don't want you to think about anything. I want you to try to empty your mind. I'm not saying meditate. You can if you want. I'm not saying meditate. What I am saying is I want you to sit down. I will most certainly do this today. I probably do this a lot, actually. Okay. But I'm going to do it consciously with you. And I want you to do it today. It is the cost of attending this church today that you spend 30 minutes by yourself, no kids, no wife, no boyfriend, no girlfriend, none of that. Okay. 30 minutes, total solitude. And just start asking to empty your mind and to allow the universe to fill you up with what you need, whether that is a thought about who you are, or look, I don't even think you have to push it. There's nothing for you to do here, okay? All you have to do is sit down for 30 minutes and with the intention of, hey, I'm going to sit here 30 minutes and I'm going to try something I haven't tried before, which is empty the vessel. I empty the vessel with, look, it would be really, really, really healthy. It would be really healthy for you to acknowledge that you're not controlling all your reasoning, meaning you are doing things based on unconscious decisions. If you're arguing with me right now and you're like, oh, no, that's not true for me. Okay, well, then you have nothing to fear by doing this. If you are so conscious that everything you're doing is well thought through, you're going to love this exercise. This would be so easy for you. If, however, you're like the rest of us and not blessed, and maybe you've been blessed with, some baggage you got to get rid of. See, and I do say, hey, you might be blessed to get rid of some baggage that you don't need. Imagine there's one person here that goes, oh, I have all this figured out. I don't need to be here. They're not even going to stay here anyway. Right? They're not part of the club. Part of the club are people that are trying to improve themselves. And so you're going to spend 30 minutes today. Okay. I am commanding you. I am encouraging you to take 30 minutes out of your life today. It is literally 1/48th of the day. It's 1/48th of the day. If you did this every day, it'd be awesome. But I'm just asking you to do it today. Empty your mind for 30 minutes. No cigarettes, no coffee, no cigars, no distractions. Some of you will hate it. Most of you won't last 30 minutes. But if you do, if you don't, it's okay, because you're going to learn something about yourself. You're going to be like, wow, why can't I just sit here for 30 minutes, dude? See, if you can't sit there for 30 minutes, who's running the show here? If you can't sit there for 30 minutes without thinking about anything, who the hell is running the show? Who's running the show, huh? Now, I am running the show to the extent that I am tapped fully into who I am. Then I'm running the show, dude. Until then, I have to figure out who I am. Are you guys understanding where I'm headed? You have to do an inventory, assets and liabilities. Okay. How do I find out what my assets and liabilities are? One, the first trick is be quiet. STF, shut the you, and just do the 30 minutes. You're going to find out things like, oh shit, I can't sit down for 30 minutes. Now that is amazing. Okay. Amazing information for you. You do not need a shrink to tell you that you can't sit down for 30 minutes. There'll be a whole group of you guys that just push through it. Push through it, damn it. Okay? If you have to sit there today and just go, dude, and hit the ring button when your 30 minutes is up, don't even look at a watch. I don't want you anywhere, okay? Set the damn egg timer and go hang out somewhere and just learn how hard it is for you to disconnect from your preconceived notions. And they are notions, man. They are nothing other than notions. They are belief systems that you have plugged into, you agreed to at some point, you bought into. It may have worked when you were 17 or 6, but is it working today? Are your coping mechanisms working today? Coping mechanisms are not survival mechanisms. They're coping mechanisms. Survival mechanism is understanding who you are, where you're going, and you execute a plan to do that without any kind of like noise. Inventory in my assets. I cannot inventory my assets until I realize what my liabilities are. Probably the most difficult part of expanding one's self, I was getting ready to say expanding one's universe, but the truth is you're just expanding yourself, man. But one of the most difficult things getting to the assets is you cannot possibly get to the assets until you understand what the liabilities are. Okay. So after your 30 minutes is up, okay, if you really are ambitious, I would really encourage you to look at, hey, who in your universe isn't going to like you spending 30 minutes thinking about you? Thinking about like, what the hell are you doing here? Okay. Can you be quiet enough to allow a message to come to you on one question? Who am I? Who am I? Who the fuck am I? Okay. Sorry for the abusive language, but really, okay. If you were ever going to use the F word, it would be around who am I? Okay. And I'm going to ask you, who are you? Who are you really? Who are you really? If you can't look yourself in the eyeballs in the mirror and clearly bang, hey, this is who I am. You are whatever. It's hard. You know why it's hard? Because we've never done it before. Okay. That's the only reason it's hard. It's only hard because we have not ever exercised these muscles. I'm getting better, man. I'm getting better. See, now here's an area where liabilities and assets work together, right? It dawned on me one night. I'm being critical. I'm a critical son of a bitch, man. I mean, I've been like I grew up in a critical family. Okay, my family was okay with criticizing other people behind their back. So I grew up with this. Uh, I did not grow up with a coding of, hey, every time you're critical, go look at yourself. I did not grow up in that family. Okay. However, as I progressed in life and I met tons of different people and I've read tons of books and I have done a lot of self discovery. Uh, and the cool thing about self discovery is that it never ends. It never ends. If you think you're going to discover everything in your lifetime, in this lifetime, about who you are, I guarantee you that your bucket ain't big enough. Okay, it is not big enough. I think understanding me is like me taking a bucket and trying to consume the entire Pacific Ocean, with one bucket. It's like you are bigger than what you think you are. I like I, it is amazing to me the power of one human being. The power of one human being just saying, "Dude, I am doing this. This is going to happen." Like I have imagined with great clarity, there's going to be 100,000 people in this church one day. And when I say one day, I don't mean in the 30 years. Okay. I mean, there's going to be 100,000 people in this church. I've seen this. Okay. Like, and why did I was being critical one night of not having a good church to go to. I have found churches and religions to be close to being the very pigs of society. I have not met a religion that doesn't have core significant problems in them. And so I'm being all critical about the Catholic Church and this church and that church and this church and that church. And I'm like, and literally, for those that have not heard this, in fact, for those who have heard it, you're going to hear it again, and you're probably going to hear it probably forever from me, because I'm sitting in my paint room. A couple of people have been in my home; they know where this is, and literally, I'm by myself. This is the reason you're by yourself, by the way. This is very important for you to have activities by yourself where you are I'm not here for my kids. I'm not here for the wife. I'm not here for the boyfriend. I'm not here for the company. I am here to develop the most valuable asset in the universe. I was put here for a damn reason. What? I'm going to sit here and just go, well, gosh, I'm just a meat body. And I'm just going to walk around and have sex and have babies and die and make some money. Ridiculous, okay? Ridiculous. That is outrageous. So let's just examine what people don't do. People don't, as soon as they criticize something, immediately ask themselves, hey, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I like asking the question, what is wrong with me? I must have a flaw here. Okay. I'm sitting in that paint room and I'm telling you, when I had that criticism, a voice, can't even believe I'm saying it. It wasn't a voice. It was it wasn't a voice. It was a fucking message, man. And it hit me. I actually still feel the force of it. It hit me here and in my right here, just slammed in my body. Well, why don't you do something about it, son? You have the cameras, you have the microphones, and you have the technology. So why don't you just do church tomorrow? Hot shot. I heard this. Why don't you go do one then, hot shot? And that's why I'm here. And that is why I will continue to be here. I am supposed to be here. I'm not going to re-question it, okay? And the reason is because it came through a criticism. You know what? I'm not doing enough. That's the message. Hey, Gary, you're bitching, dude. You're bitching about Joel Osteen and the Catholic Church and the other churches. Why don't you do something about it? Like, I will never be a Joel Osteen. I will never steal money from people. And the ego of some of this stuff, this has been my deep, deep fear of doing any of this, any video work, any audio work, because I know that I can influence people. And it scares the shit out of me as to what my ego would do with being able to lead hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. I am scared of that. I find it despicable, okay, gross, massively offensive that any human being would use religion or the concept of freedom or spirituality to abuse and control other people and to make money from that, to make extreme amounts of money and to live a lie, to live a hypocrisy, okay? I will walk from this fucking thing the moment I become hypocritical. It disgusts me. It actually disgusts me. Any leader sets an example for the rest of the world and they're not behaving in that manner, it's not good for me. The other thing I don't like is I hate people who become social figures and then they do stuff, but they do it in the background. They won't do it. Like, I'm not perfect, okay? I'm not going to walk in the back to smoke a cigarette so you guys don't see that, oh gosh, I don't want to lose a follower because Gary's not perfect. But I'm most certainly not perfect. Most certainly have no intention on being perfect. I'm just trying to do the best I can, man. But I'm not going to be I will not be a fraud. Okay. I am honest. I am not a fraud. Now, I don't like the negatives. Okay. As soon as I put a not in there, I immediately go, I am an honest man, no matter freaking what. Okay. I help people. I do not hurt people. I help people. I am a good soul. Okay. I am. These work, folks. Okay. It is not complicated. If you keep doing this, I am a great leader. I am a teacher. I am a great warrior. I fight through all things. Okay. I am. Every time you have a negative thought, and I see them here, okay? You guys can't keep doing that to yourself. Hey, Velma, you're my buddy, okay? You're my friend. You got to talk to yourself nicer. If some of you guys talk to me, this is the way you look at it, actually. The next time you say something to yourself, like somebody said something, I am the F word. There's Velma said, I am the F word. No, you're not, dude. You're fantastic. That's right. You're the F word. You're fantastic. You're a freak. You're funny. You're fire. You're free. Okay? That I am free. I am free. I am free. I don't care how trapped you feel. Just keep saying I am free. I am free. I am free beyond the trap. You're the only trap there is, man. I am the trap, okay? My mind, okay, not my brain, my mind, the way I consolidate all the information. I think my mind actually is all of me. It is the soul. We talk about the mind as if it's the mental thing. It's the soul, dude. It's my soul. It's me. I am everything I do and do not know. I am everything I think and everything I do not know that I think. I am everything I think and everything I do not know what I think. That is the part you have to inventory. I have to understand what I actually do think because I have a lot of thoughts, okay? And many of them are wrong. They're wrong. I have a view that says Gary will never be, Gary could never be president of the United States, or Gary could never be the very top of the food chain. It's hilarious because in reality, I probably am fairly at the top of the food chain relative to most people. But I look at the world and go, wow, look at all these guys. They're way up there. Okay, well, they're way up there. But see, the truth is, way up there isn't a place that I'd be willing to go to anyway. I mean, I'm not going to go to Washington, D.C. I'm not going to be in politics. I'm not going to be Jeff Bezos or what's the guy's name that ran Microsoft? Bill Gates. I don't want to be these people. No interest, dude. I can barely be myself. I can barely. In fact, I don't even think I am myself. I think I am some compositive. I mean, I've been asking myself who I am for a long time, and I just keep discovering more and more and more. Because the truth is, I had this thought or postulate or cognition just the other day. I was like, why in front of some people I am different. In fact, in front of with women, I am different. Especially women that I would be. No, just say all women. I am different with women than I am men. Now I find that odd. Okay, I don't know why that is, but it is. And so then I realized I don't have to understand that. What I have to first understand is, wow, I do show up differently as a human being in front of a man versus a woman. Wow, interesting. I just have to file it away. I don't necessarily have to do anything with this 10 seconds, but I file away and go, well, that's interesting. Why would that be? And I don't know the answer to why it would be, so it must be something subconscious. So on the inventorying, at some point I have to start asking myself, hey, what is it that I actually believe in? And where are these beliefs actually coming from? Are they mine? If they are mine, are they accurate? Or are they built on any type of reality? Really? Are they built on any type of reality? Or is it a belief system that I grew up believing? Maybe it did work for a while. Maybe it's the belief system of my father or his father that passed on. But inventorying whether or not what I believe in and whether or not it's true is really, really, really important. You got to remember, okay, this picture right here, this is what most people do, okay? They get in the lane with all the other cars. Now, if you know where we're going here, it's kind of a lonely journey. You see that little girl there on bicycle. She looks like she's all free and having fun, and she is right now, right? But she is alone. You don't see her holding anybody's hand there, do you? People are probably pissed off at her. People are probably judging her right now, right? Imagine this little girl, right? But they're all judging her, man. Okay. They're probably screaming at her. But where do you want to be? I want to be her. Okay. Like this is my life right here. This is it, dude. I like this. Okay. I want to be her. I do not want to be in one of those automobiles. So we should all get out, and whether we're in a car or on a bike today, get off the road most traveled. Get off the road most traveled. Okay. That's probably the best advice I could give anybody. The road most traveled is most certainly the wrong road. The road less traveled, by the way, a guy named Scott Peck wrote a book called The Road Less Traveled. I personally believe it's a book that every family should have. You should have it in your library for the time when shit hits the fan. And shit will hit the fan one day in your life. I really get frustrated with people that or sanctimonious and judgmental, because if you live long enough on this planet, there will be something that happens to you that you will need every tool in your damn toolbox just to survive it, just to get through it. And there's a time when I need to sit down, get in a hot bath, a sauna, whatever, and I need to read somebody else's material. I need to read information about people going through things much harder than I've ever gone through, and how they went through it without shooting themselves in the face, without destroying their families, without turning into a bottle, without becoming promiscuous, without turning into a gambler or a complete slut. Okay. And by the way, I think you can become a complete slut and a prostitute many ways. I do not think it's just about a woman laying down with a man. I've met so many prostitutes in my life, it's ridiculous. And most of them are men. Most of them are prostitutes. They're not even getting an orgasm. Okay. They literally are working for a 401k that's going to rob them anyway. Or they're working for that vice president title, which is a joke of a title. Hey, all titles are a joke. How's that? They don't identify me. And no title I've ever been given has identified me properly. I am Gary Thomas Cardone. Period, man. I'm not going to fit in anybody's box. And in fact, the older I get, the more cantankerous I get, and the less boxy I'm getting. I don't want you in a box either. I think if you're in a box, fucking break out of that son of a bitch, okay? There's no value of a box. The only value of a box is some employer or some guy wanting to be the leader and wanting to leave you down, compress you. This is why I love rogue people, okay? I like crazy freaks because they don't play by the rules, okay? If you're playing by the rules, you're losing. You understand that, right? You are losing if you're playing by the rules. It does not mean you need to be angry. It does not mean you need to be angry. I meet people that are really, I'm not an angry guy. Like, I think people could, I've heard a couple of people that know me fairly well go, man, I would not like to get on your bad side. And I'm like, why? I don't know why. Sometimes people go, hey, I'm a little nervous around you. And I'm like, why? Maybe it's because I'm just honest, but I would rather somebody be honest with me than, play the whatever game they play. So 30 minutes, Dustin Stockton, you too. Okay. 30 minutes all by yourself. Make Jennifer do it too. You can't make her do it, but 30 minutes, no noise, no nothing. And look, 3,000 or so people in a room, right? If everybody spent 30 minutes, that'd be 1,500 collective hours. 1,500 collective hours of the I Am Church, all sitting down at 12 o'clock when we'll finish here, sitting down at 12 o'clock Eastern time. And all you do is you sit down and go, hey, I just want to, I'm exploring myself, and I want to know, I want more of me to show up in the world. And then just shut up. I want more of me to show up in the world. I want to know more about me. Now, when you ask yourself these questions, okay, expect the answer. Okay, expect the answer. Now, some of you don't even want to ask the question. Those are exactly the questions you should ask. Hey, I've had a question literally show up, at some, like, how a question pops up and you're like, hey, I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say it out loud. That's the question you need to be asking yourself, by the way. That's the one you're scared of. Hey, I don't want to ask that question. I have questions like it. Nah, I don't want to ask that question, dude. I don't want the answer. Literally, I'll pretend like I don't have to. If I don't say it, it's not true. But if I think it, dude, it's true. Okay, the privilege of a lifetime is to know your true self. The privilege of a lifetime, dude, is to learn and know self. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the people that have died here that they never thought, oh, wow, that's the privilege? The privilege is to know self, to know the gift, this one of one. Maybe the one of one isn't important. Maybe one of one is just like a freak incident or an accident. Maybe we're not really one of one. Maybe we're one of 8 billion people and we're just all the same. I've never met anybody like me. I'm not sure I'd want to, okay? But I've never met anybody like me. And I've known a lot of people. I got to tell you, I've never met any person that is like another person. The more I know people, the more I'm like, wow, everyone is so unique, really. I mean, we have some common things, but if I stop criticizing and I start acknowledging, I start to realize, wow, he's really talented. Oh, wow, he's got a specific, he speaks to a particular community very well. Inventory. What am I thinking? What I'm trying to get you to look at is your thoughts, your belief systems, what you do and don't do, are being done by parts of you that you're not fully aware of. They are messages that aren't necessarily your belief system, but they are messages and conditioning that you have bought into because you haven't fought it. You have not stress tested them. You have not pushed against them and said, is that my belief or is that Dad's belief? Is that my belief or is that my mom's belief? Is that my belief or is that my brother's belief? Is that my belief or is that the way I think society wants everyone, and then therefore I want society to look at me a certain way, and therefore, and by the way, is that even going to work? Most people are making decisions to do something or not to do something based on what they believe in, which includes how they believe themselves to be positioned. If you think you have a low IQ, for instance, it's going to be really hard for you to be smart. If you think you're dumb, it's going to be really hard for you to appear to be smart. If you think you can't do math, you're going to have a problem with math. If you think you can't do art, you're never going to pick up a paintbrush. Writing, thinking. How many people brought their book today? See, while I'm doing this and or preparing, I'm writing things down. Okay. I'm literally writing, making notes, writing things down that are important to me, messages. And I know a couple of people are probably laughing at me right now. One in particular, who took a book from my house the other day, and then she called me and she said, "Dude, you have notes in your book all over the place." Okay. Like you have notes 37,500. Well, I know what that note is. And then you have other notes. And, the reason she's making fun of me, she's like, "Dude, you draw stuff in your books. You're making notes constantly." I have books all over my house. They got notes everywhere. And I'll tell you, the reason I do that, it's a little hack that I started playing a long time ago. I remember things. When I draw things down, I remember Marcus Aurelius. I know what he wrote. Carl Jung, I know what he wrote. Acts of goodness. Like I'm going to get to this acts of goodness. See, this is a cognition for me. Acts of goodness is a hack. It's a way for me to bypass my circuitry of habitual behavior. By the way, I'm an extremely habitual human being. Now, I know that about myself, okay? Why? Because I've done enough inventory. Okay, I am freaky habitual. Now, why do I bring that up? Dude, if I am one of these people that, for instance, okay, I like going to lunch at the same place every day. In fact, if it were up to me, I would never, ever even decide on what I was going to eat. I would have a chef here and they would make food for me and it would literally be brought to me at exactly the same time every day and probably be the same food. I don't want to make any decisions about that, okay? And the habitual part is, hey, that's good for me because it doesn't require me to think about anything. I don't have to look at a menu. Some of you have had dinner with me. I hate looking at menus. I literally, hey, order whatever you want, okay? I must inventory. It is the greatest gift you've ever seen. You would never start a business without inventorying. You would never build a business without running inventories. Not one that was going to be successful, okay? And no, you do not need to go do this with your girlfriend. No, you don't need to do it with your wife or your husband or your kids or your family. No. Wrong. It's wrong. You guys go get married and then your wife shows up. Hey, let's do an inventory. Let's set our goals. Let's do this. How about you set your own damn goals first? See that it's out of sequence. I need 30 minutes to an hour. I just need 30 minutes. Most people have never spent, hey, if you've spent 30 minutes with yourself in total silence with intention, give me a repost or say in the comments, okay? Or for you guys that have never really done that, like, dude, I have done this a lot and I can honestly say that, I'm not sure I've ever really done 30 full minutes of complete silence without anything. I've been doing this since I was 25, okay? I'm telling you, it's a super hack, okay? It's a super hack. Now, the first thing you have to do, you can't just do this, "Oh, well, I'm great." That is not an inventory. That's an affirmation. That is not a fact. It is simply an affirmation. I am one of one, and I am making half an hour today for me to think, for me to attract the answers that I need in my life, man. To do whatever I'm supposed to do. Universe, tell me who I am and what I am here for. Why am I here? What direct me, universe, direct me, self, direct me, God, whatever you want to speak to. I like calling it the universe because it's a bigger word than God. Okay. And I just have a bit of a whole thing on the religious thing. So who cares? Like, I don't care what I call it. We're talking about the same thing. Okay. But the universe, hey, universe, how can I be of service to you? That's a great affirmation, dude. I like see, it's a question mark affirmation. Universe, how can I best serve you? Okay, so look, if you get uncomfortable doing a half an hour, just sit down and go, hey, universe, how can I serve you? And spend 30 minutes there. Sunday, another Sunday service going on, 1.4 thousand people. Alpha Fox is doing a room. There's 5,000 people sitting in church this morning on Spaces. I think that's really cool. Okay. Something is happening here. And if we have 30 churches light up on Sunday morning, I'm happy. Okay. You can light them all up at 10:30. You guys follow all these people. Okay. They're trying to do something good. That's Alpha Fox. So, universe, how can I best serve you? See, it would be exactly the same way if I came to you guys, and I think you probably have gotten this message if you keep showing up. It's a unique, maybe not unique, but it's a well-intended desire by me to bring a lot of people together, and for us to all like, right? I mean, I want everybody to get bigger, better, faster. Do that. I mean, that's see, if we can do this as a collective, this thing starts spinning up, man. There's a term in finance called the flywheel effect. And it basically, it's the holy grail of income streams, but it's basically that you get this thing begins spinning at such a rate that it's self generating. And what I find is that the more that I do this on a conscious level, that my intention, I'd like you to write the word intention down, actually, somewhere that's prominent. I think intention is massively, massively important. Okay. My intention is to make $1 billion. Okay. I mean, I know people that have that intention. My intention is to be connected to the universe, to be comfortable in my skin, to be as big as the universe wanted me to be. My intention is to help other people be bigger than me. Okay, I want a place to look. I like friends that I can trust and rely upon. And if I can do this inventory and I begin to understand, oh wow, I have some skills here, I have some gifts here. Okay, but the other side of that inventory that's really breaking my intention, it's really breaking my see, if your intention, I think the intention is the first piece. Like, what am I intending to do? I am not intending to get followers here. The 100,000 people is not about, oh, Gary's got a bunch of followers. If I wanted to do that, I just call my brother and go, hey, let's do an advertisement. I don't care about that. What I care about is, wow, we get 100,000 people here, dude. We start leveraging the shit out of this planet. Keep in mind, okay, it makes total sense that I would be doing this because I've been beating up constructs my whole life. I mean, literally I go from one industry to another where there's big gaps. And this is the biggest gap I've ever seen in my damn life. Education about self, education about the power of one human being, the power of one, the power of tapping into the universe. Okay. You got people are talking about nuclear power and all this. How about you tap into the universe, man? Infinite intelligence, infinite knowingness, intentions that are bigger than the universe. Intention, man. What is bigger than an intention? Intention is a fucking flow of energy that is just as real as me holding my hand up and squeezing it. It is very real, okay? And the more emotion and energy and images I put inside that intention, this is why I love writing things down. Notice that I found a little fancy box to, like, this is important for me. I didn't just smash it anywhere. I went, hey, I'm going to put intention in this special box. It means something for me. All these little messages, and no one else could decode any of this stuff. They're for me, man. They're for me. They're not for you. They're for me tricking myself. And by tricking myself, I mean, I'm able, hey, Abbott, quit messing with the camera. I'm able to tap into something because I'm not limiting myself either. By these words that I use are not constraining whatever the universe has to offer me. See, I have to understand I am this big. I am this big. The universe is just like, how can one little pea decide, oh, yeah, I'm going to take in all this data? I'm going to take in all this data. I don't even know what half the data is, but I'm going to take it in and deal with it. No, I'm not. My intention is to be able to deal with it consciously, I am intelligent. Okay. I am intelligent. I am receiving intelligent data. I am receiving source information from the universe. My intentions are clean, good throughout. See, I don't have to worry about, oh, wow, now I'm famous and rich and my intentions are changing. No, my intentions are to help. Okay. My intention is to be the person I was put on this fucking planet to be. To be, maybe not even person is the right word, maybe to be the message that I was put on to be on this planet. We are just short messengers, man. We are. We're short the Marcus Aureliuses of the world. We're short the Carl Jungs of the world. Where are our great artists today? Where are the great philosophers? Where the hell are they, man? Jordan Peterson's so angry. I mean, I like his data, but my God, man, like I worry about the guy. He seems angry. I'm not angry. That's the last thing I am is angry. And it's funny because I can be really angry about a lot of shit. There's nothing worth getting angry over, though. Okay. Hey, if you're bitter because you've been hurt, you do not have to stay bitter. You get to decide. Let me put it a different way. You get to decide how long you're angry. Someone said that to me once. Lady, she actually met a lot of people in my life, and I might spend 50 hours with someone and go, wow, 49 hours of that was kind of a waste of time. But that 130 minutes, that one half an hour when she said, you get to decide how long you're angry. I was like, wow, that's awesome. And I literally on that phone call, she was a stranger at the point. And I said, well, I'm going to give myself the rest of the day to be angry and then I'm done. And literally the next morning, dude, I was done. I decided how long I was going to be angry. I need to move through these emotions. Okay. These emotions are emotions are very, very interesting things. I really embrace my emotions, but I don't go to bed and have sex with them. Okay. Let's say that again. Okay. I acknowledge and embrace my emotions, but I don't have sex with them. I don't eat them every day. Okay. I'm not, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Well, maybe I won't. I'm not, you know, uh, look, I think emotions are overrated, but I think they're also underrated. The emotions will tell me where to go. For instance, if anger does very little for me other than makes me critical. Once I move past the anger, I'm able to start looking at myself going, okay, what do I have to do with this? If I don't, look, there are some people that are angry and you ain't going to move through it in 30 minutes because you've been angry your whole life. You got to go figure out, hey, where's that coming from? And deal with it. Okay. I mean, like most people don't do the inventories because they don't want to deal with the shit they have to deal with. Because look, you're going to deal with your mom's stuff and your dad's stuff and their dad's stuff because they didn't do any of it. Okay, this is not a generation where we were self-reflective. We've been consuming shit. We have not been conscious. We have been consuming, okay, information. We have not been creating. We have been consuming who we are. We are not creating who we are. We are being told who we are and listening, but we're not telling other people who we are. We're not listening to ourselves. We listen to others, and we are taught to listen and follow. And I am telling you right now, I am a leader and I am leading you right now. It is a total lie to follow others. You should follow yourself. I'm going to should you again. You should follow self. Okay. In order to follow self, you must know self. If you don't know self, you will follow other. You will follow others if you don't know self, man. You get it? Like this is a trap and you got no choice. So I don't even understand why anybody would even be hesitating over this. You are either in control of your universe or you are not, or you're at least intending to be in control of your universe, or you're intending not to be in control. Okay? Get it? You are intending, if you don't take the 30 minutes today, and I don't care if you're doing a deal for $1 billion, if you don't take that 30 minutes today, it says a lot about where you are in your priorities for knowing self and becoming who you really are. Becoming who I really am is going to require some work. It's going to require me getting out of the lane of comfort with everyone else stuck in a 2-mile-an-hour lane. How many people looked in the mirror this week and said, I love you. You are great. Okay. How many people did that? Hard, ain't it? Yeah, it's hard. It is hard. It'll be hard tomorrow too. It'll be hard this afternoon when you do it. Okay. Go look at yourself in the mirror today and go, hey, I am not going to hang out with myself for 30 minutes. I'm not going to hang out with myself, dude. No, I don't like myself enough. Ask yourself to go to a movie, man. See, you don't need to go to a movie. You are the movie, dude. Okay, go write your script, man. Go rewrite the damn script. This is your movie. This is your movie, man. Life is amazing, really. I mean, really, it's really amazing. I, you know, 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I was like, damn, how did this shit happen to me, man? And I mean, I couldn't believe it. The shit that was thrown at me. I mean, I kind of did. Yeah. I mean, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I mean, I just didn't think it was going to like, well, the problem got so big it slowed me down. See, I think this is the problem with getting comfortable and getting rich is that your life can get a little comfy and you start cutting corners and you look, I stopped doing this. And maybe I needed to stop doing it to get the wake up call, but the pain became so um, anytime you see me stop like this and write, you know that I hit something that is real for me. See, I said the word pain and I immediately wrote down pain is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. Quit running from your pain. Okay. If you're anxious and almost nauseous and you hate your life or you're in pain or you're lonely or you're a victim or you're, whatever's happened, and I'm sorry, okay, but shit happens to people all the time. The pain can ignite me into discovery. Because what is pain really? Pain is me sitting here going, man, I'm not really being myself, okay? I'm talking about not just I'm not talking about physical pain, and I think some of the physical pain can most certainly be emotionally driven, but or yeah, emotionally driven. But the pain I'm talking about is this dissonance, this little voice. There we go again. Okay. And this is why the 30 minutes is that you're all going to do today. The pain is the voice. Okay, it's this little tiny voice, 30 minutes. That's what we're looking for. Hey, man, I need the voice. You're looking for the universal voice. You're looking for your own voice. This little guy, this message, this golden nugget of knowledge that's probably going to show up not like words, but more like the feeling that I had in that paint room that day where a message just comes in. They talk about I don't know if it's true or not, but they talk about aliens and that the messages, there is no sound, right? It's just a thought, and it's a thought, a full, complete thought without words. That is exactly. I mean, when I first heard that about packages of information being delivered as an image, this is why I love drawing and making notes and little symbols and pictures and painting. See, I don't have a clue what my paintings mean. Not a clue. I could make it up. I can tell you what I think they mean. But the truth is, I have really no idea. None. All I know is I'm just going to keep doing it because for some reason, there's a voice inside of me that says, paint, dude. Does that sound crazy to you guys? Really what I am saying to you, and I've been living my life like this, most certainly this has been my successful movement in business, successful. I literally just paint pictures of the future and I go execute on it. It's actually more difficult than that. I literally have a voice. I then write down, I am running the biggest church in the world. I am a good leader. I am a great leader, helping others. I know what my intention is. I follow my pain. I confront the pain and go, ooh, why am I uncomfortable with that? Like I just had something happen to me the other day and I'm like, hey, I really want to go this route. And then I realized, I'm uncomfortable with that. I don't think that this is what I always do. And I decided, I'm going to do something different this time. I'm just going to let the pain sit there and not try to fix it. And by the pain, it's just, the words, pain's the wrong word. I would say it's more like just a vibration that you're like, it's not right, man. It's out of tune. It's just the frequency's just not perfect. It's close, but it's not perfect. And then I settle for close. And then I wonder, oh gosh, why am I having to deal with this other issue? Because I compromised my own belief system. I didn't have faith. Okay. Do I have faith in my prayers? See, if you don't have faith in your prayers, I think it'd be good to inventory that. Wow, I don't trust the universe. I have to understand if I don't trust the universe, it's going to be hard for me to trust the universe. You understand? Like if you have a anchored thought system, a construct line, do not trust anybody, anytime, anywhere, for whatever reason. See, I'm not going to live that way. I've made a decision a long time ago. I'd rather just die. I would rather go somewhere else because I am going to trust this world. Otherwise, I might as well just go grab that gun and start shooting people. I don't do that. I believe in goodness. Otherwise, I'd kill people all the time. I would just go hurt people. See, everybody. Well, I won't go there. That's for another meeting. But who am I really hurting here? I'm hurting myself by criticizing you and not looking at why am I doing this and why is it I'm criticizing you instead of fixing myself. Okay, so there's a big voice inside of me. It does not have to be tiny. Okay, in that the voice is tiny should say everything. But you don't need to listen to loud. You need to listen to the inner voice. So you're going to take half an hour. Okay, we'll start here really quickly. You're going to take half an hour today. You don't have to do it just this moment. And go and be quiet. Half an hour, okay? And the intention is, universe, open me up, okay? My intention is to be open. This might be the prayer. My intention is to be opened up like a nut, man, like a squirrel would open up a nut, crack me open, and make me into the best me possible. Now, not tomorrow. I am not becoming a great human being. I am a great human being right now. The moment I decide to be a great human being, I am a great human being. I am a great human being. I am a great leader. Okay. I'm not going to talk about this in the future. I am doing it now. I've been doing this my whole life. I mean, since I was 25, 26 years old. I am rich. I am this. I am that. I am not poor. I am not poor. No, I am rich. I would go define what the word rich means because it's not just about money. I am a wealthy, rich, happy doesn't really have a definition, but I am complete. I am the very best of me. I am alive. I have passion. I communicate in a highly impactful way. Get it? I am positive. I am the universe, man. I am God. Okay. Now that's going to offend some people, but I am God. I think this is the best definition of God that I could possibly give anyone is, dude, I must be part of it. Like I'm pretty sure you are. We just kind of got lost somewhere and we started making other people the gods or other people the leaders. And we started following instead of being leaders ourselves. And there is a time to follow. Okay. I am not saying that like you should not be ashamed to be a follower. I have been a great soldier, man. Like this was one of my speaking points to self was, I am a great warrior of good and righteousness and the universe. I am a great warrior. Okay, I'm the tip of the spear. This is the role that I have decided to play in my life, or maybe the universe gave me this tip of the sword kind of beingness. I love that. I love being the tip of the sword. And by the way, that comes with some cost. It doesn't come with being like, it's painful being the tip of the sword. People don't like you a lot. A lot. These are my affirmations. They're not yours. Okay, like you can't make my affirmations yours. So I'm just telling you what I do with self, okay? How I communicate with myself. And the reason I communicate with myself is that I'm sitting down one afternoon going, dude, you're a freaking warrior. You've been in war your whole life. And by war, I mean like fighting for good. And by life, I mean my whole existence. It feels like I've just been this soldier. Look, I've always wanted to be Robin Hood, man. I love the Robin Hood story. Stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. I love that idea. So I'm just talking about myself, and maybe I'm a little myopic and narcissistic and all that stuff. But what I'm trying to share with you is just to give you ideas about how I do this so that you can then think, oh, okay, yeah, I'm a great artist. Or whatever your deal is not my deal. Okay, Aries down there is going to have a different universal message. That's what you're looking for, okay? Hey, universe, give me the message that I and I only like that's what you're looking for. You're looking for your treasure, man. Okay. All you have to do is go inside of self for 30 minutes. If you want to do it tomorrow too, all we got to do is do it today. You go inside of yourself and you ask yourself, hey, I'm looking for the treasure. Okay. And on top of that treasure, there's a bunch of bullshit. And you're going to have to get through all that bullshit, smash it off to the side, give it back to dad, mom, grandma, society, the psychologists, and all these teachers that don't know shit. Give it all back to them and go, okay, what do I know now? What's true for me? Okay, so you're going to spend 30 minutes with the intention, in quiet, in solitude. Let's rock and roll, dude. It's time for me to discover self. Okay? And that's literally the way I do. Bro, let's roll. Let's roll. Let's do some self-discovery. That's my Houston, we have ignition, right? Once you start this path, dude, have you guys noticed the I ams are like freaking you out now? You're driving down the road and being negative, and all of a sudden you go, shit, man, I am not negative. It should be freaking you out now, okay? It should start working on you about right now where you're in hell, this is hard, and it's hard not to do. Literally, you're going to be in between this shit. I forgot to do that last 5 days and my life sucks. And then you go, okay, I'm getting on my I ams again. I guarantee you, okay, this will happen to you. Like I could guarantee all the money that I have, that if people were to do this, in 6 months, their lives will literally be changed completely. Every penny I have. If everyone actually did this, every penny I have, I would just give it away. That'd be a lot of people getting help, but I would literally lose it. There's no way this doesn't work. And you can't read that in a book, right? That you see some guy like me go, dude, I'm guaranteeing this, okay? Like it's impossible because some of you already know. Well, how did he know that? This is really hard now. I am, but I am, and I am not, and I am, and you're literally starting to get messed up. I guarantee you, I will mess you up. Okay, I will mess your brain up so bad. I will mess up everything you think you believe in. Because what I'm sharing with you is truth. And it's not the truth. It's just my truth. Okay. I'm not advising anybody to do anything other than I'm validating that I am doing more of this, not less of this. This has worked extremely well for me. I trusted the writers of yesteryear. I've read so many awesome books. Many of them have been mentioned in the comments. And there is a time to read these books, but there is also a time to sit down and be quiet and inventory self. Okay? Inventory self. I am. And you cannot write these down enough. I am. See, I am relentlessly in pursuit of my goals. Okay? I am. I have awesome goals. Just keep expanding it and expanding it and expanding it. The other thing you have to do, this is non-optional. You have to go be nice to somebody today, okay? I want you to go out and be nice to someone. Do something nice for someone and don't tell anyone about it. This is a cool, super cool hack, okay? Seriously, it's a really, really, really cool hack. It costs so little. If you take credit for it, you don't get credit for it. I encourage you to do it to strangers, okay? And all you got to do is one nice thing for one human being today. You got 12 hours to do it. And we'll have 4,300 people being nice to 4,300 other people. That'd be pretty cool. We are all going to sit down today, including myself, for 30 minutes in quiet without doing anything and make observations about what's happening, okay? Just observe self. Expect your inner voice to be present. Start talking to yourself, man. Do you guys talk to yourself? I talk to myself a lot, okay? I talk to myself a lot. And it's not bad to have this dialogue with self. There's a lot of people, man, that if you're hanging around with someone that does not have self-dialogue, I got to tell you, they go on my inventory list as people not to hang around with. Just a warning message, okay? You can't do this and not inventory the people who are in your life, okay? The inventorying is not only about self and how you think, because you decided to think the way other people think. The way you think is the way you think. So you acknowledge how you think, and then you got to figure out, hey, where did I get that thought from? Because most certainly, well, more likely than not, you got the thought from someone else. Then you got to ask yourself, hey, do I like the way these people have their life mapped out? Because if you don't like the way they have their life mapped out, why would you want to also believe the way they believe? You see what we're doing? We're really just having to take a fresh look at our life because we don't pay attention. We're half conscious. I think the vast majority of people are unconscious, man. It is very difficult to be conscious in an unconscious universe. When most people are unconscious, it is an energy, man. Okay? 8 billion people on the planet. Let's say 4 billion of them are completely unconscious, don't even have their own inner dialogue about anything. They just follow directions. And that is a disturbing possibility, if not probability. It's disturbing, man. You have to know these things, though. So 30 minutes. We're going to be nice to each other today. I'm going to just flip this picture up one more time because I just love it so much, okay? When you are in your own lane, there is no traffic, okay? None. When you're in your own lane, there's no traffic whatsoever. You guys are all awesome. Okay. I will say this once again. I am getting more help from this than you are. I really appreciate everyone being here. To the extent that you have friends and family, enemies even, please, like, these are recorded, okay? Send it to someone. In fact, that would be that's actually would be a good gift, okay? Hey man, heard this cat on Sunday and like I was really touched and I thought of you. I'd like to just, share this with you. If you got an hour and a half driving down the road or whatever, take a peek. That helps me. It helps you. It helps our group get bigger. I am present, alive, authentic, transparently authentic. I am clear in my thinking, and I am a powerful force of the universe that operates with great, great, great intention. Now, I have learned how to do these positive thoughts. You can imagine now, like that's a good affirmation, right? The more I hone this in, I mean, it's just so spectacular. How can it go wrong if I'm constantly saying, I am a great leader, I am surrounded by great people, and my intention and actions are consistent, and they are to do good in the world, to bring massive amounts of people together. I have so much faith in you guys. Y'all go out and crush it today. Do your very best. If you can't do your very best, do close to your very best. If you can't do close to your very best, get as close to that as you possibly can. And then sit down with yourself and go, hey, I'm a great guy, but I can be greater. Let's get great right now. Thank you guys very much.